Welcome back. Our focus right now on India today is the massive embarrassment that the Congress has faced to the Supreme Court refusing to stay Manohar Parikar's swearing-in ceremony that's scheduled for this evening. Let's cut across to Kamaljeet Sandhu, who's joining us live. Kamaljeet, I understand you have Mr. Nalin Kohli of the BJP with you.
Well, absolutely. All decks clear for Manohar Parikar swearing in. We have with us Nalin Kohli. Sir, do tell us, Congress party had made a lot of arguments in the court. One, they have also talked about Sarkaria Commission, MM Punchi Commission, saying the largest party, which is the Congress party with 17 seats, should have got the opportunity. Consultation should have been done with him. It's not really cut much ice, but we also saw bigwigs like Abhishek Manu Singhvi. We also saw Kapil Sibal. Then Nalin Kohli, you yourself from the BJP. Do tell us, what has gone the way of BJP? You think it's also about righteousness, something that moral high ground that Congress party wanted to take, didn't go in their favor?
As far as from the union government's perspective or from the BJP's perspective, actually the bigwigs were Mr. Harish Salve, senior advocate, and who's a very eminent and respected advocate, and also Mr. Maninder Singh, who's the additional Solicitor General for the Government of India. And they are the ones who are there for the government. We were all there to assist them. We must bear in mind that as far as the Congress party was concerned, their argument was premised on trying to, or their prayer was to seek a postponement, a stopping, or the non-taking place of the oath ceremony of Mr. Manohar Parikar. That has not been accepted, that has been rejected.
Okay, my apologies for interrupting there, Kamaljeet, but we're going to have to cut across to Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, who's currently addressing the media.
32 कांग्रेस को 8 मिला है, आपको 28 मिला है, और आप और कांग्रेस मिलके सरकार बनाया है. आपने उस समय चुनाव में कहा हम सत्ता में है तो ये सभी कांग्रेस वालों को जेल भेजेंगे, और किसी हालत में मैं मेरे बच्चों के नाम पे कसम खा रहा हूँ, कांग्रेस के साथ किसी हालत में समझौता नहीं करूंगा. समझौता किया है. तो ये ऐसा मेरे पास बहुत उदाहरण है जहां कांग्रेस पार्टी ने मेजॉरिटी को अनदेखा किया. उनका कहने से राज्यपाल, उस समय का जमाना में राज्यपाल लोगों ने माइनॉरिटी वालों को मेजॉरिटी प्रूव करने के लिए पहले मौका दिया. अब इनका आर्गुमेंट क्या है? आर्गुमेंट ये है, बीजेपी इज सेइंग वी हैव द नंबर्स, कांग्रेस इज सेइंग वी डोंट हैव द नंबर्स, बट गिव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बिकम गवर्नमेंट, देन वी विल मोबिलाइज द मेंबर्स. वी हैव मोबिलाइज्ड द मेंबर्स and went to governor. They are saying we don't have the numbers, but you make us chief minister, then we'll get the numbers. And they go to Supreme Court of India also. The government led by Sri Manohar Parikar is ready to prove its majority on the floor of the house in no time. Though governor has given 15 days time, we are willing to prove our majority before that also, because one work will be over. Uncertainty, if any, will be over. But the Congress party and its allies, they are now saying democracy is murdered, and then लोकतंत्र का सभी परंपरा का हमने तोड़ा. भाई इस देश में किसी ने परंपरा का तोड़ा है तो आपने तोड़ा, आपका सरकार ने तोड़ा. Congress has dismissed the non-Congress government umpteen number of times, misusing the position of the governor, misusing Article 356. Congress government during its tenure did not allow the majority party, which was chosen by the people, majority means largest party, to form the government. They popped up puppet governments encouraging other parties. So they have no moral right to criticize the BJP. What the governor has done in Goa is within the constitutional spirit. We have the numbers. They could not even elect a leader. They could not select or elect a leader. And they could not gather the numbers. And still they are going on in campaign and they are protesting and walking out here. This is to mislead the people. This is a part of the disinformation campaign. I would like to put it record straight. I would ask all the channels and media also to what I said today, please analyze on this on your own. And then let the public of India know how, when it has happened, about the procedures and all. Of course, there were certain precedents where in the Lok Sabha, if nobody is claiming to form the government, the largest party should be given an opportunity during Venkatramanji's time, during Narayanan's time. But at the same time, I have the record also of that in the what the president has said at the time. But this cannot be a rule forever. He said when no party or pre-election alliance of parties is in a clear majority, the head of the state in India or elsewhere gives the first opportunity to the leader of the party or combination of parties that has won the largest number of seats, subject to the obtaining majority and support on the floor of the House within a stipulated period. Please underline. This procedure is not, however, an all-time formula, because situations can arise when MP not belonging to single largest party or combination can, as a collective entity, outnumber the single largest claimant. The president's choice is prohibited and the would-be PM's claim of commanding majority support. That is the issue. This is what has been said by the K.R. Narayanan, 1998, after the results, when there was a hung parliament.
So the Supreme Court has given 2 days time to Mr. Manohar Parrikar to prove his majority of voters, which will happen on
One has to respect the Supreme Court's directive or guidance, whatever it is. And I am confident. I don't think that much time also is necessary. The Chief Minister will be able to prove his majority. I am also going to take part in the swearing-in ceremony. Then I will be able to talk to him also, because by the time he will be knowing what is the Supreme Court's directive also. You know. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. लोग वहाँ अपना क्षेत्र में जाके लोगों को धन्यवाद दे रहे हैं, और वहाँ आप भी वहीं से हैं. ये उत्तर भारत में ये होली थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है. पहले दिन होता है, दूसरा दिन होता है, उसके बाद में रंग होता है, और रंग को फिर साफ करने का समय होता है. लोग अपना इलाके में, मैं मजाक में नहीं कर रहा हूँ, सच में बात किया तो लोगों ने कहा सर हमको 1-2 दिन का समय दो. तो कल तक तय करेंगे. पार्टी मीटिंग कब बुलाना कल तय करेंगे, और उस हिसाब से जाके वहाँ सबसे बातचीत करके पर्यवेक्षक के रूप में अध्यक्ष से बात करके फाइनलाइज करेंगे ऐसा कौन हो. फिर इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. As far as the UP and Uttarakhand is concerned, there is no question of any delay, because Holi is very important here, and Holi and after Holi also, people are preoccupied in giving thanks to their constituents and also celebrating these functions, because a lot of people will be visiting them, and that's why we have told the state, once you are comfortable, inform us. By tomorrow, I will be able to have a final word with the state unit, and then we'll decide the date. And there won't be any problem with regard to electing the leader. After assessing the situation, after talking to MLAs, I'll get in touch with the national president, and then party will decide who should be the leader in Uttar Pradesh. And the other team is going to Uttarakhand. They will also follow the same.
So, as far as Goa and Manipur is concerned, Congress is a very model of democracy.
I have already.
Okay, so Venkaiah Naidu taking a very, very strong stand and of course dispelling all of Congress's claims, saying very clearly that there was no unconstitutional move made, that the governor had in fact chosen stability, and that's why the BJP formed a government. He's also lashed out at the Congress for saying that there was horse trading, saying many a time he can quote instances of Congress doing the very same, of not being the single largest party and yet moving quick enough to ensure that they form the government. Let's go back to Kamaljeet Sandhu, who's been tracking all the developments for us. Kamaljeet, the BJP has taken a very, very strong stand. Now they're back on the front foot. The Supreme Court has made it very clear that Manohar Parrikar will be sworn in today. There's a floor test expected day after tomorrow, but that's not going to give them any headaches, considering the MGP, the GFP, all of them are on board. They will even be given key portfolios today.
Well, absolutely. All decks cleared for the swearing-in ceremony of Manohar Parrikar, which means it's advantage BJP. They obviously did show the numbers that they had, which is obviously 9 in total. We're talking about the MGP, we're talking about the Goa Forward Party, we're also talking about 3 independents. We know that there has been, they have been in talks with the BJP for getting a good number of seats as far as ministerial berths are concerned. 2 of them going to MGP. We believe the FGP has bargained much better. They're getting at least 3. We've been told at least 2 of the independents are likely to make the cut, which also means that it's the BJP who's limited to keeping just a 2 number ministerial berth, which also means the speaker is something that the BJP will have of their own. But at this point of time, the nearest goal post is obviously the 16th, which is obviously on Thursday. That's when where the majority needs to be proved. Now, BJP says it's on a firm ground. We spoke to Nalin Kohli a short while ago. He said, yes, we have the numbers and we're going to prove that particular majority. So all roadblocks have been cleared as far as BJP are concerned. Clearly, it is the Congress which is not just on a back foot. They've fallen flat on their face as far as going to the Apex Court is concerned. Some scathing observation coming in from the Apex Court for them, saying, one, they should have approached the governor first, and if they had the numbers, why did they not really show the numbers instead of making that particular complaint and coming all the way to Delhi to prove the Apex Court? So obviously, there would be a lot of politics. We've heard Satyavrat Chaturvedi talking about Digvijay Singh about lack of failure of Congress leadership. But that is something of an internal
Right.
politics of Congress party. But at this point of time, if they were talking about any of the arguments that they were making, they're very much
Right.
on a sticky wicket. At this point
Absolutely,
of time,
and it looks
clearly
like they
all
have no
advantage
options left at this point. The Congress has completely run out of any options. Let's also break down the numbers for you to explain why it's advantage BJP. Shivarur is now joining us live with that data. Shiv, it's over to you.
Well, that floor test that has been ordered by the Supreme Court that's going to take place at 11 a.m. the day after tomorrow is something where the Congress and the BJP will have to prove their numbers. But at this stage, as you can see, the halfway mark is 20. The Saffron Alliance, led by the BJP with 13, has 22 seats in its kitty right now. So they are obviously at an advantage. It's a bit of a precarious number, but 22 seems pretty healthy going into that floor test. The Congress, on the other hand, which had belatedly been celebrating winning Goa, well, that's the situation there. Also tantalizingly near, but from the other end, they've got only 18 seats. Of course, the Congress itself has 17 of those seats. So at this point of time, still pretty tight. The Supreme Court has refused to stay the swearing in of Manohar Parrikar. It's still very, very close. But going into that floor test, the BJP has the advantage.
All right, so that is how the numbers are stacked up at this point. It's definitely advantage BJP. They seem to have the support of MGP, GFP as well as 2 independents. The Congress, on the other hand, had 17 seats. They've got 1 independent who is backing them at this point. Can they turn that around? Seems highly unlikely, but let's take a look at the kind of reactions that have come in. At this point, the Congress still seems widely optimistic. All right, so Digvijay Singh continuing to maintain that there was foul play, that the governor should have first invited the single largest party. I want to go back to Kamaljit Sandhu, who's been getting us all the updates as far as Supreme Court is concerned. We've also seen, of course, that widely there have been a large number of parliament reactions on this particular story. Kamaljit, at this point, of course, we'll have to wait and watch to see what the Congress is up to next, because they've completely run out of options. The Supreme Court was really their last hope, their last ray of light, and that too has completely been snuffed out.
Well, absolutely. It does seem that the Congress party has run out of the options, and obviously what we're seeing now within Congress party is the bickering which is currently going on, obviously a blame game of sorts. Many said that Congress party had dragged its feet, giving opportunity for BJP to cobble up those particular numbers, despite Congress party having those numbers and BJP being relegated to second position. But they have turned around that second position into their number 1 advantage, and obviously they have the numbers to their advantage now. They will obviously by Thursday prove their majority on the floor test. But definitely, as far as Congress party is concerned, this is going to be a loss of face. One, despite having the numbers, despite going to the court, it's not really cut much ice as far as their arguments are made. They've also made some scathing observations that the Congress party did regarding the governor, which was not something that the Supreme Court really made any observations about. They did not talk about horse trading, which they're otherwise been alleging. So yes, as far as Congress party is concerned, perhaps it's their own internal leadership to blame as far as they themselves and their Congress politics is concerned. But the fact remains, this is going to be advantage BJP.
Yes.
They've been very confident. They're the ones who actually did, first of all, approach the other parties and form that particular number. This is what the BJP is now is really telling us. That's being their number game. They manage the numbers. They went to the governor. They are going to be forming the government, something the Congress party, despite having the numbers, could not do.
And essentially what's gone wrong, Kamaljit, largely for the Congress is that the fact is that they've managed to wake up possibly a little too late. Today we saw a lot of action, but by Sunday the BJP had already managed to cobble up the numbers, had already managed to get all these regional parties on board, even as possibly there was some sort of internal bickering within the Congress to see who their CM faces. So these were possibly the issues that the Congress will have to look into, will have to discuss with the leadership as well, because Mr. Digvijay Singh was also in Goa. But that somehow didn't manage to come through. It almost seemed like they had a rather lazy Sunday in Goa.
Well, absolutely. As far as Congress party is concerned, remember, they were the number 1 party. In fact, BJP had a major loss of
Kamaljit, they're
face.
going to have to cut across live now. Venkaiah Naidu is once again speaking. We're going across to Mr. Naidu.
सरकार बनाने के लिए अन्य पार्टियां तैयार होके हमको साथ दिया। हमारा पार्टी ने दोनों प्रदेशों में पहले ही विधान दल का नेता को चयन करके राज्यपाल महोदय से रिक्वेस्ट किया है मौका देने के लिए, और कितना बहुमत है, कौन है वो सदस्य, सब लिस्ट भी दिया है और लोगों को भी दिखाया है। तो राज्यपाल जी के सामने और कोई विकल्प नहीं था। कारण क्या है, संख्या दिख रहे, लीडर दिख रहे, और दूसरी साइड से लीडर भी नहीं आया, संख्या भी स्पष्ट नहीं है, बहुमत कहाँ है। इसलिए राज्यपाल ने गोवा में निर्णय किया, और जो वहां का विधायक चाह रहे थे मनोहर पर्रिकर जी को, उन्होंने इन्विटेशन दिया है। इसके बारे में कांग्रेस जिस तरह का वक्तव्य दे रहे, लोकतंत्र का हत्या है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने शुरू से ही ऐसी करते रहा, ऐसा बोलना, और कांग्रेस पार्टी लोकतंत्र के बारे में बात करना और राज्यपाल का अधिकार का दुरुपयोग करने के बात करना, जो हमारा कहावत है ना पुराना, बिल्ली सौ चूहे खा के हज यात्रा के लिए निकला, ऐसा लग रहा है। मैं उनको याद दिलाना चाहता हूं कि देश में परंपरा ऐसा है, मानो किसी के पास बहुमत है, सीधा उनको बुलाना, किसी प्री इलेक्शन अलायंस के पास बहुमत है, उनको बुलाना, और कोई आके अपने पास संख्या है वो दिखाया तो उनको बुलाना। इसके अलावा और कोई पद्धति नहीं है। मगर कांग्रेस पार्टी जो आजकल प्रवचन दे रहे हम लोगों को, उनसे मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, 2005 में झारखंड में स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द हाउस इज 81, बीजेपी को 30 मिला है, अलई जनता दल यू को 6 मिला है, जेएमएम को 17 मिला, आरजेडी को 7 मिला, कांग्रेस को 9 मिला, कुल मिला के वो 33 हो गया। राज्यपाल सिप्ते रजी साहब ने शिबू सोरेन को मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में नियुक्त किया। सिंगल लार्जेस्ट बीजेपी था, बहुमत बीजेपी के पास था, मगर उन्होंने जेएमएम को कांग्रेस का कहने से दबाव में आके उस समय उन्होंने शपथ दिलाया। 2005 में बिहार में राज्यपाल महोदय बोटा सिंह जी ने बीजेपी जेडीयू को ऑलमोस्ट बहुमत तक हम लोग नजदीक आया, मगर उन्होंने मौका दिया नहीं उस समय। 1990
BJP and we will continue to do that. Let me speak. See, what our fight with the BJP is an ideological fight. What the BJP has done in Manipur and it has done in Goa is basically the ideology of the BJP, and that is what we are fighting.
But do not
the idea.
What do you need to do? You've got Gujarat, you've got Himachal, you've got Karnataka, you've got, the fact that you're not allowing regional leaders to come up. That is the allegation against the Congress leadership. That you are disconnected with them. How do you answer the your critics and say that you're going to pull up the top of the Congress?
Look, we had 5 elections. We formed a government in Punjab, we won the election in Manipur and Goa. That's not a bad result. It's true that we lost the election in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. If you look at our Uttarakhand election, you look at Punjab, who is running these elections? It's the regional leaders who are running the elections. They are the people who fight the election, and they've been successful in Punjab, they've been successful in Goa, they've been successful in Manipur. But as far as the Congress party is concerned, we do need to make structural and organizational changes. That's a fact. I mean, that's
Congress party सालों से काम करती आ रही है, गवर्नमेंट के ऑफिस का मिसयूज।
That's soon enough. Look, it's not a question of soon enough. It's a question of how much money the BJP has thrown to steal the mandate of Manipur and Goa. That's the question. It's not how soon you went, it's with how much money they went. Thank you.
So Rahul Gandhi making his first reaction on the drubbing that Congress received in Uttar Pradesh, saying that look, we won in Punjab, Goa and Manipur. It's not a bad result for us. There is a regional leadership, dismissing all the talk within the Congress as well about not having a strong national leadership as well. Rahul Gandhi also saying very, very clearly that they will fight it out against the BJP, having stolen the mandate. So a strong reaction coming in from the Congress Vice President. He maintains that the Congress did do well in the 5 state elections and has made it very clear that the party will fight tooth and nail against the BJP, claiming of course that they've stolen the mandate in Goa and Manipur.